Okay. Where am I looking?
Everywhere.
Yeah, straight ahead.
I have to put on my spider eyes.
At least you don't have to flip back.
Yeah, right.
So what can you tell us about You Call Me Bill?
Oh, what do you want to know?
All the things.
Well, you can call me Bill as okay, sorry, let me start again. You Can Call Me Bill is really a distillation of William Shatner at 92 and of the themes and ideas that mean the most to him at this point in his life, what he's learned and what he wants to communicate to future generations.
Were you kind of surprised at how introspective he was with this, and did you go on with one set of expectations and then end up coming out with another once the product was done?
Well, I think he is a very surprising human, but you could certainly say that we're all surprising if we open up, to other people, and I think that was the idea, is to make sure that he would open up and reveal aspects of who he is, and I think this was the right time for him to be able to really share things that weigh on him, things that he wants to communicate, what he's about. And of course, I had read all his books and in preparation, and watched as much of his insane filmography as I possibly could. I mean, you would literally have to spend years just watching every episode or movie that Shatner has done, in some way, shape, or form. So I couldn't watch everything, but I watched a lot. And so I was prepared, but yeah, he did surprise me. I think as a human, he's very surprising in the sense that I had no idea the amount of energy that he has. He rides his horse every morning at 92. He works basically every day, from morning till night. He is such a sport. I mean, when we had our world premiere at South by Southwest, he woke up, I think, at about 2 or 3 a.m., probably 2 a.m. to catch a 5 a.m. flight to go to Austin. The moment he landed, it was, keynote speech, interviews, meet the fans, red carpet, meet the investor, the whole day until the film, and then after party, meet the fans until midnight to catch a flight the next morning to go and work. And you don't see him complain once. He's always there. He's always nice to the people who come up to him. I don't know how he does it. I mean, it's a remarkable human. So for me, a lot of the stuff that I've gotten to experience, behind the scenes, outside of the realm of the documentary itself, I think was it's quite extraordinary. I'm a big fan. Yeah.
What's your favorite work that he's done?
The Intruder, the early Roger Corman film, completely criminally unknown. It's a classic. It's probably Roger Corman's best directed film, I think, along with Mask of the Red Death. It just came out on Blu-ray in France for its 40th, I think, anniversary now, or 50th? No? 40th? No, 50th anniversary, Jesus. And, I don't know. Do you guys know the film? Have you heard of The Intruder?
No.
See,
No.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's a shame. It's a shame because it's an extraordinary film. So watch it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and The Outrage also, which is a remake of course, that was Rashomon, and he has a great performance in that.
How did you get involved with this project?
So, I had worked with Legion M before. They came to Sundance in 2019 when we were premiering Memory, The Origins of Alien, which they purchased along with Screen Media and distributed. And, I love Legion M. We've had a great partnership since then. We made a short together a couple of years back. And it was very serendipitous. I, just called David Baxter one day and said, I've heard William Shatner as your new spokesperson. Has there ever been a documentary made about him? And that's kind of what started it all.
That's awesome.
The fact that this was funded by the fans
Yes.
How cool of an experience is that for you too? Because it's a
Yeah.
passion project for you and for everybody that backed it.
Yeah, no, that's the. I mean, well, that's the special. That's this very special thing about Legion M. I mean, not only are they just wonderful people, period. They're not, Hollywood execs. They really care about making meaningful films. And so. But their community is really something that's just it's really hard to describe, because the love and the passion that the fans have, the way that they want to be a part of it, to be able to experience when they open up their equity financing to the fans, and you could see the comments, the way that they were, every time they were making an investment, you could say that you could get a sense of what that meant to them, whether it was $100 or I think the biggest was like $100,000, So there's a huge, disparity, I think, between what some people could afford, but the really meaningful ones are even people who, like I said, just put in $100 just to be a part of this, And I think we have over 1,400 investors total. They invested in 4 days. We sold out. So the intent was to open up to the fans outside of the Legion, but the interest was so strong within the Legion that it never happened, because we funded before they could even open it to the general public. So it's pretty incredible stuff.
Where do you start with a project like this? Like, do you and William work together about where the beginning points are, or how did that happen?
No, it's very interesting, because I made a film about William Friedkin called Leap of Faith, which is very specifically about The Exorcist, but you could say is a portrait of William Friedkin as well. And there's a big similarity between working with William Shatner and William Friedkin for some strange reason. Once they felt that I was the guy to do it, they completely trusted. They never asked once what I was doing, which, is a bit, it's a big responsibility. But I'm thrilled that both are really, really very happy with the results. So I think they're both very intuitive. I mean, I think William Shatner, again, I don't really understand why he went with me and not with the many documentary filmmakers who approached him over the years. But I think he just went with it, and he felt that it was the right thing to do, and so it was all on me at that point to devise the film. In fact, when I met him for lunch, I was fully prepared to pitch him the approach, but all he was interested in is who I was and what I believe in, my sense of the world, and I think we connected on a number of fronts, and that's all he needed.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Would you want to go to space?
No.
That's a very quick answer.
No, I mean, I fly a lot. I just, I'm always on a plane, and I love to travel, but I don't know, there's something really, as he says himself, spooky about going to space. I think I would be just really terrified by it, so I don't know. Not for me. Yeah.
It's like the thought sounds nice, but the reality is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, right? Is that, I mean, the realization also that we're on this tiny little, rock that is just so incredibly fragile, that the miracle of life, of just doing this thing right now is and all the things that have to happen for us to be having this moment is it's incredible. But I think so. Clearly, I share deeply his concerns, for the environment, for the planet, and what we're doing, very sadly, to it. As he says, we've got our heads in the sand. We're not paying attention. Our eye is completely off the ball, and we need to do something for us is one thing, but for future generations, I mean, if we all care about our kids and grandkids and people who come after us, then we got to do something. So I think that the environmental component of the film is very important, and there's also something personal in the sense that he has made arrangements to be a tree when he dies. So he's going to have his a redwood planted over his ashes, and he wrote a song called "I Want to Be a Tree," which is a big part of the film. So I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
No, that's beautiful to
Yeah,
know. I can't wait to watch this.
I know.
Well, we're going to show a few scenes, during the panel. So, yeah.
When does it come out?
I'm sorry.
When does it come out?
Well, Legion M is still working on plans at this time. I mean, I know they're planning some kind of a theatrical release, but with the SAG strike, I think it may have to be postponed until 2024 because it's very important to have William Shatner, there to support the film. I mean, he's very supportive of it. But obviously there's nothing he can do until the strike is over, and that might be dragging for a while, unfortunately. So we'll see. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you
We're
all.
looking